It was a dark, rainy evening when I found myself at the old Louisville subway station on Main Street. The station was almost empty, with only a few flickering lights casting eerie shadows on the wet floor. I shivered, not just from the cold, but from the strange feeling that something was watching me. I had missed the last train and had no choice but to wait for the next one, which wouldn't arrive for another hour. The air was thick with the smell of damp concrete and rust. I sat on a cold metal bench, trying to read a book to pass the time. But the silence was so deep that every turn of the page echoed loudly in the empty station. Suddenly, I heard a soft whisper. At first, I thought it was my imagination, but then I heard it again. It was faint, like the wind, but it was definitely a whisper. I looked around but saw no one. My heart started to pound as the whispers grew louder, forming words I couldn't understand. I stood up and walked toward the sound, my footsteps echoing through the station. As I got closer, I saw a dark figure at the far end of the platform. It was tall and thin, with glowing eyes that seemed to pierce through the darkness. I froze in fear, unable to move or scream. The figure slowly raised its hand and pointed at me. Suddenly, the whispers stopped and the station was silent again. But the silence was even more terrifying. The figure started to move toward me, its footsteps echoing louder and louder. I backed away, but I couldn't take my eyes off it. Just as the figure was about to reach me, the lights in the station flickered and went out completely. I was plunged into total darkness. I could hear my own breathing fast and shallow as I tried to find my way back to the bench. I felt a cold hand touch my shoulder and I screamed. The lights flickered back on, and the figure was gone. I was alone again, but the fear still gripped me. I ran up the stairs and out of the station, not stopping until I was far away. I never went back to that subway station again. To this day, I still hear the whispers in my nightmares.